welcome to today's episode on the Fashion Fables podcast. It is currently Monday, and usually we upload our episodes every Saturday, but in full transparency, it has been one of the most challenging weekends ever. So I'm a college student, and so sometimes things get in the way of kind of uploading episodes the exact time I want on Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, even though we try super hard. I guess this is just a lesson that sometimes things don't always go as planned, and so I'm really sorry for uploading this episode 2 days later, but we're so excited to be able to talk to you today, and kind of just continue on with our episodes. Also, really amazing news. So the Fashion Fables was kind of put onto iHeartRadio, which is so exciting. So now you guys can listen on that platform as well. I'm just super grateful. Like, I never realized the opportunities that would come out of this, and like to see these little things just kind of make everything worthwhile. Truly, I did not expect any of this. I got like a notification and it was like, the Fashion Fables is on iHeartRadio, and it was just so exciting. And so yeah, I'm just so grateful that this has come this far, and it wouldn't be possible without you all. So thank you guys so much. I'm really excited to be talking to you guys today because I wanted to kind of change it up a little bit. We always talk about fashion, different lifestyles, kind of like fashion in other countries with our guests, but I really just wanted to talk about my personal lifestyle and kind of just do like a what I eat in a day, like podcast edition. Like, I was just thinking, I was like, what can I like do to change it up a little bit? And so I love talking about like kind of how I nourish my body and things like that, because I feel like I'm very cautious about what I eat, and I'm very like, I don't know, I just know what foods work best for my body. And so I kind of just wanted to share a little bit more into like my personal like diet and things like that. I love to follow like an intuitive eating pattern, so like I don't like to restrict myself. I truly think you can enjoy the foods you like without like restricting them. I've kind of learned along the way that like when I would restrict foods that might have been like higher in sugar, or foods that I would just like label as like bad, would actually make me want to eat them even more by like restricting myself from it. So I think as I've gotten older, I've learned that like you should just enjoy everything in a balance, obviously. So like if it's like a weekend and you want to enjoy like a nice ice cream or something like that, like you should, because like there's no such thing as like bad foods, because like every food is good in its own way, and you should be able to enjoy it, because that's what life is. We don't want to just live our lives eating like the bare minimum, or foods that, you know, we label as so healthy, or like superfoods and things like that. And I struggle so much with this, but I just wanted to kind of be vulnerable and share that like it's okay to crave your favorite food, even if it's not so called like the healthiest. So I'll kind of just start with like maybe like a day in my life or something like that. It's a little different now that I'm at school, because I don't have as much free time to kind of just like go on rides and like go to boutiques and things like that, but I kind of make it work. And so yeah, I like to follow a routine. I thrive on routines. I kind of need that type of like schedule in order for me to be, I don't know, feel my best. Like, I always love having a set thing to do. I have a planner that I write everything in, and that just personally works for me. So I usually wake up at a pretty early time, and all my friends and family think it's a little too much, but personally I think it's best for me sometimes, because like I just feel like I'm productive in the morning, and I like to get everything done. I hate procrastinating. I feel like I'm just like wasting time if I wake up at literally 8 in the morning. And for some people, waking up at that time is literally so early. But for me, I just like to wake up really early. So, and it's awesome because I found like content creators and girls, bloggers on Instagram who like also like to wake up early. So it feels like I'm not alone, and you kind of just, I don't know, feel like you're surrounded by other empowering people who do the same as you. So basically, I wake up and I go to the gym. So I literally set my alarm usually for like 4:30 a.m., 5 the latest. I'm up, I brush my teeth really fast, wash my face, and head down to the gym. So I live in an apartment complex off campus at my university, and so the gym is one of the amenities. So I just literally walk right there. It's awesome. It takes me not even maybe like 4 minutes to get there. It's like a literal, such a quick walk. And so I get in there, I run on the treadmill. I love starting my morning workout on the treadmill. It depends how many miles I do. Sometimes it's usually between 3 to 5. Honestly, I prefer running outside because I just feel like I can enjoy the nature and the trees, and I can like breathe in the fresh air while I'm running. But I make do, especially because it's wintertime and I'm not gonna like be running in the snow, because like, knowing me, I would slip on ice or something and that would not be good. So I'd rather run on a treadmill than end up in like the emergency room. I'm not even like with my parents, so that would be a scare for them to kind of get that call. So anyway, I run on the treadmill, and then after that I like to do like my weights. So I like to do my arm weights. I have like sets I do, things like that. And then I do leg machines, I do squats, I do all different types of things for my abs, my arms, my legs. So I kind of just like to switch it around. I don't really have like a set like gym routine. It's kind of just like whatever I'm feeling that day. But yeah, I like to switch it up. And then I go in the shower. It feels so nice, like after you like work out and take a nice hot shower. I get dressed, and then I make tea. I start my day every day with tea. That's usually the first thing I put in my body. I like to drink black tea with honey. It's my favorite. Sometimes I'll add some almond milk. Sometimes I'll drink it plain. So yeah, and then after that, I've been really enjoying oats, so I like to make oatmeal. I have this recipe where it's like, I put half of a banana, almond milk, and I think it's 1/2 cup of oats, and like cinnamon, and then like I let that sit, and like I swirl it around and like cook it and whatever. I wait for it to cook, and when it all comes together, when like the milk has like evaporated into the oats and just like looks so good and it smells so good, I put it in a bowl, and then I cut the other half of the banana, put that in, usually put some like cacao nibs on there, chia seeds, and maybe some, I love oats with berries, so I usually put blueberries, and then I finish it off with like a little scoop of peanut butter. It's my absolute favorite breakfast. It keeps me full for like 4 hours, and I feel productive and I'm ready to start my day. So yeah, I make sure to eat my breakfast because I've realized that breakfast is so important for me, and like I don't get that, like, I don't know, my blood sugar starts to get low if I don't eat in the morning, and so I make sure to eat because I don't know, that's just what works my body. And then I don't know, usually I eat lunch around like 3 p.m. So basically I just eat like 2 meals a day and like a snack. That's just what works for my body. I've never been the type to eat 3 meals a day. Like, it's just like kind of too much for me. So, but I definitely do eat 3 times a day. But the third is usually like around like, I don't know, like 6 p.m., 5 p.m. I'll eat like probably like apples and peanut butter. I love eating like, so I don't like feeling like full to the point where like my stomach hurts. So I kind of like just to eat until I'm satisfied. So like, I don't usually get super hungry at dinner time because I have like a nice breakfast and then like a nice lunch or dinner. I just like to call my second meal my dinner because I usually eat it around like 3 p.m. So yeah, like after like at 5 or 6, I like to eat some like apples and peanut butter, or I'll have carrots and hummus, or like mozzarella cheese and like rice cake. I don't know, just like little something. I like lighter food, so that's just what works for me. And yeah, for lunch, I really like eggs. Yeah, I basically eat really healthy. So for lunch, usually have like avocado toast and egg. What else will I have? Sometimes I'll make like a little charcuterie board with like some cheese, and chickpeas. I love chickpeas. Oh yeah, or I'll make like a chickpea salad. So I'll make like chickpeas, tomatoes, put like balsamic, olive oil, salt and pepper. It's so good. Probably one of my faves. And like a scrambled egg or something like that. So I also love salads, quinoa bowls, veggie bowls, just like nourishing foods that work for my body. But I am the type that does get a sweet tooth sometimes. So if I do, I always have some dark chocolate in my cabinet that I'll munch on once in a while, or I have these like chocolate covered cashews that are like amazing. But definitely that balance is super important. And yeah, it might seem like I don't eat a lot, but honestly, it's like what works for my body, and I'm never like hungry usually after my second meal. So like, because it's like when you fill your body with like nutritious foods, like it fills you up because it has such good things in it that, like, you don't crave the extra stuff. So, like, if you eat a good meal, then you're not gonna feel like, oh, like, unsatisfied. Like, you have to make sure what you're eating is, like, the right proportion for you so that you're full. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why sometimes people overeat, because they're not eating the right amount of food in their meals, and then they get hungry again, but then they're snacking on the wrong things. So I definitely would say that, like, you shouldn't restrict anything. But, like, for me personally, like, I don't really eat dairy, and that's just a personal choice. Like, I prefer oat milk, almond milk. I don't know. That's just how I personally am. It makes me feel better. And I also don't really eat meat. So, like, I'll substitute, like, getting that protein with, like, chickpeas. I've never really had tofu, but I really like beans and eggs and stuff like that. I don't like labeling myself as, like, one thing or another, but I definitely do limit my meat consumption, my dairy consumption. Like, even when I have some ice cream, I like to have Hellooo Top. My favorite is the chocolate peanut butter. So good. I definitely recommend if you guys are looking for, like, a dairy-free ice cream substitute, because literally the whole pint for the chocolate peanut butter, I think, is like 320 calories for the whole thing. And, like, I never usually finish it, so it's, like, it's not even that bad for you. Obviously, there's still sugar in it. Like, don't think it's, like, this, like, healthy thing, but, like, also, like, it doesn't really matter, because, like, if you're enjoying it, like, that's all that matters. And yeah, I think it's important to fuel your body with foods that make you feel best, because it'll lead to productivity. It will lead to you not thinking about food all day, and it will lead to you feeling your best, looking your best. I also think it's really important to exercise. Exercising, eating well, drinking a lot of water is so important. I forgot to mention that I also drink a lot of water. It helps with your skin, it helps with your overall well-being, and it just helps you remain your best self. So I hope this was super helpful. Maybe you guys can take some type of, like, recommendation for it. But don't follow my diet. Definitely not. Like, if it works for you, like, fine. But, like, I'm not trying to, like, push my, like, diet or whatever to you guys. My weakness is probably, like, acai bowls. I love them so much. Or smoothie bowls. Honestly, with, like, smoothies and oatmeal and yogurt bowls, like, I just feel like there's endless possibilities for, like, the toppings. And so that's what makes it so delicious. And, like, healthy foods don't have to be boring. It's how you make it. It's how you do it. It's how you dress it up and stuff like that. You have to be creative sometimes and, like, just think, like, you know, be smart about it and feel your best. And so, yeah, I hope this was, like, helpful. I just wanted to talk about my lifestyle because I feel like I never really touch on that. It's always about, like, my fashion and stuff like that. So I'm so happy I was able to talk to you guys about this. Remember that food is fuel, and you guys need to fuel your bodies, to feel your best. Drink a lot of water. Eat the superfoods, but also eat your favorite foods too. Don't ever restrict yourself. Just be cautious and eat in moderation, eat in balance, and you'll feel your best. One more thing is, like, people complain that, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't feel good, and I'm like, oh, like, what did you eat today? And they're like, well, I had, like, McDonald's for breakfast. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, that's fine and all, but, like, that's why you don't feel your best, because, like, those foods, like, there's not really, like, any nutritional value. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of fast food is just, like, processed and stuff like that. So you gotta make sure, like, if you are having that, like, okay, but then, like, for lunch, you're eating something, like, nourishing, like, some, like, a nice salad with, like, a piece of whole grain toast or something like that, you know? So be cautious, but also feel your best with what you're eating. So love you guys. I'm gonna end this here. I hope you guys loved it. Again, sorry that this is 2 days later than usual, but a little lesson that not everything goes as planned, and you just gotta roll with the punches. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and thank you guys, as always, for the support. You're the best. Bye.